What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Basic Series 105 Lars Sullivan. And so here we have Lars Sullivan posing out of the packaging. Now unfortunately, because he's a basic figure, he doesn't come with anything, so let's move on right into his details. And so here we have a closer look at Lars Sullivan. Now, I kind of like the way this figure came out, although there are some things I don't like about it. For starters, his head. They got the shape of his head right. Lars Sullivan has this really distinct egg-shaped head, but on mine his right eye is a little bit droopy, so that is a little bit unfortunate, and then that is throwing off the look of the figure. But again, if you were to just look at the head of this figure, it's a pretty decent figure. They did a good job with the likeness to Lars Sullivan. But comparing it to the rest of the body, I feel like the head is too big. And normally, that's not a bad thing, but with Lars Sullivan, he kind of has like a tiny head. So a smaller shape in the head would probably have been better. I think it has to do with his jawline. Like something about his jaw is throwing it off, because you can see how low his jaw comes when it comes to the back of the ear. It just kind of flattens out, and I don't know, I think his head is a little bit too long. If they had made it just a little bit shorter, I probably would have been a fan of it. And then he has such a blank expression, and Lars Sullivan normally has a better menacing expression, and I think they failed to capture that with this figure. And that's probably why I feel a little meh about it. Now, mine does have a little defect right up there, and then we have a white paint mark right there. But overall, good head sculpt, just could have been executed a little bit better. You can see Lars Sullivan is using the bigger Brock Lesnar body, which is a really good thing. Lars Sullivan is a bigger dude. Kind of wish that they had included his chest hair, because he's also pretty hairy, and that's something that they missed on this figure. On his right shoulder, we do have a tattoo right here, if the camera will focus on it. So that's pretty good that they managed to get that detail in there. He has these really massive arms, which do look good, going down to black wrist tape on both arms, so that's pretty cool. Then he is wearing red trunks, and on the back it does say Lars. No knee pads to speak of, which I'm actually surprised they didn't add the knee brace and the supporter pad that he wore for a while. I guess they went for more of his most recent look, so he really didn't wear knee pads. You can see the red socks poking through his boots, and then of course we just get flat plain black boots. I don't know why I was having trouble saying that, but they're basic black boots, so not much you can really say about that. So overall, Lars here is a pretty basic figure, but to be fair, he is kind of a basic wrestler. So with that out of the way, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Lars Sullivan posed next to an elite Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy, and his size is comparable. He's 6'3", Lesnar 6'4", Jeff Hardy 6'2", so it kind of does work in this situation. And then here we do have him posed next to a basic Keith Lee and basic Matt Riddle, and you can see they're supposed to be shorter than him, but they're actually taller than him, so I have no idea what's going on with the basic scale, honestly. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation. Now, for my Lars Sullivan, he is standing leaning off to the right, and I don't know if that's because this boot is attached wrong or something with the knee, but it does make standing him a little bit tricky on my end. But moving on to his articulation, he should have a ball joint in the head. I don't know if mine is just stuck or if it just doesn't work, but he should be able to look up and hold position, but he really doesn't, so maybe it's just the way it's designed. Can turn left and right. Honestly, the head is kind of loose on mine, so that might be an issue, honestly. Arms go out to the side. Oh, and I heard a crack. I hope that wasn't anything bad. Arms go out to the side, do a full 360, swivel at the elbow, as well as bend at the elbow. We do have a swivel and hinge at the wrist. Oh, that's a stiff joint, and I don't know if there's stress marks already building on that, but I would be really careful with that. Yeah, those wrists seem really fragile for some reason. Moving on to his articulation, we do have a waist cut, which works fine. Legs do kick forward, only to about there. They kick back all the way, surprising back, but no forward movement. No thigh swivel. We do have a single bend in the knee, but it's a really stiff bend, and unfortunately there are stress marks developing inside this joint, so I do worry about the longevity of this figure in particular. Then we got a boot swivel. No ankle hinge, but that's basic figures. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Lars Sullivan posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so finally, here we do have Lars Sullivan posed for my final thoughts, and overall, he's a pretty decent figure. I mean, I'm not a basic collector, so I really don't collect too many basic figures. When I do, it's normally a first time in the line, or it's a female figure, and this is the first Lars Sullivan that we're gonna get, and it's probably gonna be the only figure we're gonna get. Let's ignore all his personal things and everything that goes with that. I'm just saying that he did get an injury, and I do see him on the chopping block moving forward in WWE, because I don't see them having any plans for him when he comes back. But if you are looking for Lars Sullivan, he is starting to hit stores right now. I barely found Elite 105 in store, so I was lucky enough to stumble upon him and Paige, which we'll be reviewing later in the week. So if you're able to pick up Lars Sullivan and you're a fan of his work, I guess, or you just need a Lars Sullivan to fill some space in your active roster, he's going to do the job. But I don't see an Elite version of him coming, but if they do, you can guarantee that this one's getting replaced. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.